Thank you so much for that song. First of all, I gotta say, I love that song and I love Oklahoma. It has a really special place in my heart because I played curly when I was like this big in elementary school, and it's still one of my favorite roles ever. So anyway, I mentioned earlier in the evening that we are becoming a 501c3 this year, and there are some really incredible things that you can do as a 501c3, and we've talked about that, we've talked about the students, and we have one very big announcement about how being a 501c3 is really going to impact what we can do with the students and for the students. And that big announcement is we are establishing a scholarship fund for the students that participate in our apprenticeship program. So what that will do is, through fundraising and through the proceeds from ticket sales and other events and everything that we do, we are going to suck a little money away in the scholarship fund every year, and every year we will select one student that is pursuing theater as a career and going into a college program for theater, and we will award them that scholarship. And Olin has a few words to say about this as well.
This is something that the board of directors and I decided upon almost from the beginning, working here at Eastview. And we said, you know, the first year we may only be able to give that student $300. But $300 pays for one or two textbooks, because they're expensive. And you know, eventually as we grow and the number of patrons that we have returning to see Agape shows means that that fund is going to continue to grow. And when we decided on the scholarship fund, initially we said we're just going to have an Agape scholarship fund. And as we started putting tonight together, we were wanting to recognize people that had helped us get to where we are today. And there is one individual who many of you have heard me talk about before, but the truth is, without her friendship and without her influence, Agape would not be Agape. Because after Berger University, for those who remember that nightmare, I was done. I wasn't going to continue to produce my own theater. And this person just continually backed me up, supported me, would call and talk for hours on the phone, working out the minutest detail of things. And the more we thought about it, the more evident it became that we wanted to do something to recognize her involvement and her influence in a way that will live on forever, and will continue to not only bless and help Agape be successful, but will help every single student that receives this scholarship be successful. And so we are very pleased and proud to name the scholarship fund in honor of Miss Joan Baker. Agape Actors Co-op hereby names its scholarship fund after Joan Baker in recognition of Miss Baker's continued support and service to Agape Actors Co-op and to all students pursuing an education in the theatrical arts. Come on up here. And she said, well, I might buy a ticket but not come tonight. I said, no, they're going to be here. And she said, why? I said, because I said so. In fact, there are a couple of students here, or younger people here, who actually worked with Miss Baker in other theaters when they were still in school. And so it's really cool that legacy of educating and working with young people continues. So thank you, Miss Baker, for everything you do for us. what we did at the beginning and the kids and that. I'm gonna go home and like cry for an
We
hour.
really need to remember next year to have Kleenex like all over the place. All over the place.
Well, I can't help it. I'm a crybaby. I cry at everything. You can ask my cast. Usually I cry on opening night, somewhere in the middle of getting ready for curtain speech. And I'm like, you guys just don't know how awesome you are. It's terrible. But we are going to go ahead and bring up one more time, because she's that fabulous that we just can't help it. The ever-glorious Miss Evelyn Lalonde. Am I saying your last name right? Can you tell me how to say it?
Lalonde.
Oh, excuse me.
You gotta make it sexy.
You see, it's my fault Daniel never had a good French accent, because I can't do a good French accent either. And that name definitely needs
If you
French.
saw Private Lives, neither can I.
Come on up here, Miss Evelyn.